All right, let's get this show started.
In today's news, we get a big heavyweight fight announced for UFC Sao Paulo. BELAL MUHAMMAD goes off on Sean Strickland. Bisping reacts to Conor McGregor-True Geordie beef. Dana White gets dunked. Chandler claims his viral The Ultimate Fighter 31 video with Conor was edited. And Beneil Dariush reveals the UFC has promised him a title shot. The UFC is planning a return to Sao Paulo, Brazil in November 4th of this year, and according to a report by MMA Junkie, a heavyweight fight between Curtis Blaydes and JAILTON Almeida is in the works for the event. JAILTON Almeida is currently considered one of the most promising prospects in MMA, having won all 3 of his fights in 2022 via first-round finishes, and 2 more stunning victories in 2023. Meanwhile, Curtis Blaydes will be looking to bounce back from a TKO loss that was delivered by Sergey Pavlovich in April, which ended Curtis's 3-fight winning streak against Jairzinho Rozenstruik, Chris Daukaus, and Tom Aspinall. In case you didn't know, Sean Strickland and BELAL MUHAMMAD have spilled some bad blood over Twitter in recent times, and now the two have run into one another at the UFC PI. Strickland whipped out the phone, walked by BELAL, recorded this clip.
Me and Thunder Thumbs himself, you guys. We're here. I'm here. We're all here. Let's have a party.
And then wrote, hanging with my boy Thunder Thumbs. I make fun of John Jones all the time as he deserves it, and I never threaten him, but if he ever came up to me at the PI and tried to fight me man to man, I would agree out of respect for man code. I ran my mouth, you have that right. On the streets, no rules, it's a quick draw contest. Laughing my ass off. But BELAL MUHAMMAD's Twitter is actively trying to scrap with me. LOL, I'm here, you're here, if you want to get it. But if not, just stop. Now in response, BELAL posted this video.
This guy's trying to act tough again on social media, looking for clout chasing, trying to get views for a podcast. I offered to fight you. You turn it down. You putting out this video of you recording from a distance, muttering under your breath, Thunder Thumbs, which is not even clever. Your racist hillbilly fans are saying, oh man, you're a beast, you're a man. Look how crazy he is, but look at the distance. It's like someone recording a lion in the wild. You stay at a safe distance. You don't get into the danger zone. You didn't get into the danger zone. Just stop this. You're not that guy.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
You're more of like a emo Pee Wee Herman. We don't have to go through this again.
Conor McGregor and True Geordie have clashed words over social media in recent days, which has culminated in Geordie challenging McGregor to a charity boxing or MMA match. Meanwhile, on his Believe You Me podcast, Michael Bisping shared his thoughts as to who would come out on top in a hypothetical fight between a smaller trained fighter and a bigger, stronger person without much MMA training. Let's hear it from the Count himself.
No, I totally agree. Size is great, it's good. A big 2 men with equal skill, the bigger one will win.
Yeah.
But a guy that's a world champion like Brandon Moreno against a guy that's a linebacker that's never done martial arts, that's probably had a couple of bar fights, that just, if he got his hands on you, they could pick you up. But if you pick up Brandon Moreno, he's gonna do something flash. And that came out kind of recently as well, how someone would do against LeBron James. If you've got proper martial arts training, you can beat a bigger guy. That's essentially what it's all about. That's how it all kind of started, obviously, with self-defense on the battlefields many years ago. But for sure, number one, they're going to get tired. I mean, look at that. We saw it recently. What was it? It was with the Mountain from Game of Thrones. Oh, no, not who was it? And Dustin Poirier, I believe, was grappling him. I think he choked him out. You just never, it all depends on the individual. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, did they wrestle in high school?
Correct. Have they got an aptitude for fighting? You know what I mean? Are they a natural fighter? Because I bet a lot of those NFL guys, I bet they're not the quietest of people.
UFC President Dana White gets dunked again. This time, not while on The Ultimate Fighter. During the first episode of the new season of The Ultimate Fighter, Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler had a meeting where McGregor told Chandler, "You'll do what you're told," regarding their weight class for their upcoming fight. In the clip, Chandler was heavily criticized for taking it and not having a response for Conor. However, in a recent YouTube video, Chandler claimed that his response to McGregor was cut out by the UFC.
So that first scene, man, and obviously that made the promo where he said, "You do what you're told." You know, it's time to express that now that it's out and everybody just watched it. I don't quite know if I didn't have a comeback.
Yeah,
there.
What's your reaction as you do what you're told? Like,
yeah. Well, the way they cut it, it was just me like this, tapping on my chin with no,
right.
So this is the beauty too of us being here. We just got to watch it together. We are now reacting in real time. Right at we hit record as soon as we got done watching the show, and then now hopefully y'all are now joining us right after watching the show, and you're seeing my first reaction. And this won't be the first time. I think that's definitely not how it happened in real life.
Yeah,
but that's
right.
how they cut it.
Yeah.
But this is what we signed up for, and this is a beautiful thing.
Beneil Dariush believes he'll dominate the best version of Charles Oliveira. During a recent interview on the Unlocking the Cage podcast, Dariush shared details about his upcoming fight with Oliveira. He also mentioned that the UFC has promised him a title shot if he wins at UFC 289.
If I'm as good as I think I am, I should be able to dominate him. It's really that. And so with all the work I put in and with all the time I've spent training and preparing, I want to go in there and dominate. I win every situation. And, with Charles is the same thing. I want to dominate wherever the fight goes, whether it's standing or on the ground. You could definitely take some things away from that fight, but at the same time, I also, in the back of my mind, I say, well, maybe that wasn't the best Charles that showed up, right? So I need to be more prepared for the best Charles. So I look at his other fights where he does really well, and I'm basically getting ready for the best version of him. And in my opinion, I'm actually adding to his skill sets. Like the best version of Charles is a Charles who's very aggressive and he's defensively also aware. So that's the kind of Charles I'm preparing for. So the UFC for once promised me, like they've never done this before, but they actually gave me their word that I will get the title shot if I beat Charles Oliveira. So that's where I'm at.
And here are the top 3 funniest memes we found on the internet today. Third place was found over Instagram and was posted by a user named As Shopped As It Gets. Our second place pick was found over Twitter and was posted by a user named Paulo Costa. And our number 1 pick of the day was found over Instagram and was posted by a user named Daily Dose MMA. Thanks for watching. If you like the content, smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe to stay in the talk.